After 4, I can start. Requests for reserving temple ordinances of persons found in family tree must comply with certain criteria before being granted. The first group consists of minimum recorded data found in the respective person page and family tree. The second group treats relationships between the requester and the person whose ordinances work is being requested. The third group treats who is authorized to allow ordinance work to go forward for persons born within the last 110 years. The fourth group deals with how to process a request to seal a living person to a deceased person. For the first group, it consists of the main minimum data that must be present in the person page. For persons born more than 110 years ago, all names, dates, and locations must be in standardized format. No prohibited names such as child, infant, boy, Mr., etc. are permitted. Third, gender must be indicated. No unknown gender is allowed. Next, birth or death date must be identified, at least to the year level. Next, birth or death location must be identified, at least to the country level as a minimum. Next, no unresolved possible duplicates remain. And fourth, sources must be attached, preferably all record hints resolved. For persons born within the last 110 years, all of the above criteria must be met. But in addition to this, a death date must be shown. Unless special permission is granted, a year must have passed since the death of this individual. And then permission for the work to be done must be granted by an immediate family member. The second group treats the relationship between the requester and the person for whom the work will be done. Normally, the two individuals must be related. You can use the View Relationship tool to see this relationships. Exceptions may be granted after review of the special circumstances surrounding the request by appropriate persons at FamilySearchSupport.org. There will be no reserving of work for unrelated famous persons or special groups. The third group that we wanted to discuss deals with who can authorize the work to be done for persons born within the last 110 years. As a general rule of thumb, a spouse, a parent, a sibling, or a child older than 18 can provide this permission, but no one else can. If you are that immediate family member, you can so note during the request process. If you are not that immediate family member, you must obtain permission from one who does qualify. Typically, this is done by either attaching a written agreement from the family member or providing both email and phone contact information of that person, and he and she will be contacted to confirm his or her prior and current agreement. Occasionally, an exception is granted through Family Search Support when a very close relationship exists, all immediate family members are deceased, and no other descendants remain. But again, this is on a case-by-case basis. The fourth area that we wish to discuss was the process of sealing a living person to a deceased family member. All preliminary ordinance work must be completed for both individuals prior to making the request. The living family member must obtain a special recommend for living ordinance from their ecclesiastical leaders. An appointment is then set up with the temple, and that recommend is taken to the temple along with a printed family group chart from Family Search showing the work needed.